morning, you guys. Hey, so I'm coming back at you. Today we're doing a session called Core and Restore. So we're going to do about 30 minutes or so, maybe 20 minutes actually, of some core moves. The only thing you'll need is possibly a band. I have a yellow band here just because to make it simple. You can, if you have a heavier band, of course you can use it. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it this first time, so if you want to do it again, go ahead and set it up for a second time. I am outside, so I'm going to try to speak as loud as I can. For some reason, all of the motorcycles are going past today, but I wanted to be back outside again because I know how fun it is. So if you're watching this in replay, again, it's a core and restore motion. So we're going to start out with some core movements. We're going to end up with some restorative stretching, some focused connection that way, and add this to your supplemental workout. So you can do this individually by itself, just the core. You can add this to the end of one of the circuit sets that we've been doing, however you want to use it. And so I just encourage you to do a couple of things. Get consistent sleep and go to bed at a consistent time. Make sure that you're actually eating high value foods as best as you can. I know it's difficult, and I had a tater tot thing last night, but there were no potatoes. I want to make sure that I have good vegetables, so it's all fresh vegetables, fresh meat in there last night, and then allow yourself some time of literally getting away, some alone time, breathing, meditating, praying, connecting not just with outside, but connecting on the inside, because even though it's great to be with everybody, there's a cost to that, and we need to find that connection. So anyway, let's get going, and I'm going to take my shoes off. Hope you guys are well this morning. It's a little bit cloudy, but it looks like it's going to kind of relax in the rain for a little bit of time, and we'll get some good sun in here. So let's go ahead and start nice and tall. At the very front of your mat, think about the length of your spine as you start. Bring your hands, your shoulders down, and the back of your neck as long as you can. You want to not try to slump, you want to extend. The other part is you don't want your ribs to be thrust forward, so think about drawing those ribs in as well. And you're not just holding with your hands, you're not just holding and tightening your glutes to stay up. You're thinking of pulling your heels slightly towards your hamstrings and elongating. Where can you find more space? Where can you connect into your most reflexive posture? Here comes the sirens, guys. Doesn't matter, no matter what time of the day, we still get that sound through here. Pray for those around you. Take your hands out in front of you. Roll your shoulders back and begin to rock back into your pelvis. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale and rock back through and into your pelvis. Inhale and lift. So think of a rolling motion more so than a tipping motion. Exhale, roll back. Inhale and come up. And again, exhale, roll back. Inhale, come up. 3 more. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, come up. And again, exhale, roll back. Inhale, come up. Last time. Exhale, roll back. Hold. Bring your palms together. Dig your heels in and just press one palm into the other. And then come back to center. And press as you rotate. And then come back to center. So I'm pushing with my right hand as I'm pressing in with my left. And then center. And then to your left. And then center. And to your right. And center, breathing as best you can. Exhale and center, and again rotate and center. Last time to each side, to your right and center, and to your left and center. Come back up, body nice and tall, chest is lifted. I'm going to swing those legs behind me just to get into an all fours pose, like a bird dog pose. Lift your chest, lift your tailbone, get some length for the front of that belly, extend the upper back and shoulders. Think about a long spine, but you're also creating connection through the abdominal wall. Breathing. Bring your knees just off the mat and begin to rock forward and back. Now, if bringing your knees off the mat is too much for your wrists, keep your knees down, but really work on that extended posture. It's not so much how high the head is, but can you keep that extension through the collarbone? Breathing. If you can bring your head higher, awesome. That helps with the extension of the neck. Again, knees can be off the ground. You've got 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep those hips low. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring those knees down. Return back to the front line of the body. Body's nice and tall. Chest is lifted. I take my jacket off just so there's a little bit more contrast. Hey, it's a little brighter there. You can maybe see me a little bit better. So again, body nice and tall, chest is lifted. Palms come into center again. This time I want you to interlace the thumbs, kind of like a butterfly or a bird. Pack those shoulders down and in. This time we're taking the right hand down and then the left hand down. So we're not moving from the elbows. I want you to think of moving from the outside of that left hip as you come to the right, and the outside of that right hip as you come left, and pull the thumbs apart from each other. Create that upper back, those shoulder involvement. You've got 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4, 3 more, 2, last one, down and down. Take your right arm down, lay back onto your right side, lift your hips up, knees can be down, hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep that lower hip up, extend that top leg, hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, extend the top arm, hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bend the bottom knee, and then drop the hip. Bend the top knee. Swing those legs around. Come back onto your side plank. Knees can be down. Hips are up. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Extend that top leg strong. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take your top arm overhead for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring your elbow and your knee down. Let's swing your legs back out in front. Body's nice and tall, chest is lifted. And again, roll back and rotate. Roll back and rotate. Roll back. So it's like you're rowing a boat and you're pulling. You've got 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one here and tall. Go ahead and lay all the way back onto your back, head down, chin in, arms up. Let's begin with a basic dead bug. So a dead bug, there's no movement at the knee once you begin to move. It's all the movement around the hip joint. So we're pulling against the front line, the belly line of the body, and stabilizing the back line of the body. So again, it's not about your shoulders and your leg as it is the pull between that right leg and that left arm. How is that diagonal pulling away from itself? Pull that right arm away from the left. Pull the left arm away from the right. You've got 8 more here. And 7. 6 more. Keep the shoulder down. You want to make sure that you're not letting the shoulders shrug up into the ears. Feel tight underneath your armpits. Do 3 more. 2 more each side. Last ones each side. Good. Bring those knees into the chest and come up. Roll back and come back up. Roll back and back up. Roll back and up. Four more. 3, 2, and last one. Good. Bring yourself up. Extend those legs out. Arms start up. Roll the pelvis down again. Reach back to the far corner of your mat with your right hand as you reach towards your left foot with your left hand. Roll yourself back up and roll back. Look back if you can. If you need to, look at your left hand and then come back up. You've got 8 and come back up, and 7. Go where you can go. 6, reach. If you can look and get those arms wide, do so. Reach and pull. Breathing. This is 6. And 5. Pull those arms apart from each other. And here's 4. Reach. And 3 more each side. Think about tucking that pelvis in, reaching in opposition as strong as you can. And last one, each side. Right arm and left. Good. So get that band if you have it. We're coming back into side plank. You're going to start with that band at the knees. So we're just going to create some external tension. So the band is above the knees. The knees are on the ground. The feet are together. The left shoulder is down. And then you're going to lift that top knee up and lower it. So this isn't your kind of similar to a clam, but we're working the lower hip as well as the core here. Create connection into the armpit. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Take your top arm up, hold, 10, 9, 8, breathing, lift that hip, lift. You've got 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold the knee up, drop the hip down. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Drop the hip in, bring the knees into the chest, and let's take the legs to the other side. So think about, again, that long posture in the torso. The shoulder packed in, the armpit tight, the rib cage pulled in, the hips tucked under, so you're not hanging in your shoulder. You want to use as much of your body as you can when you're doing core, because core work is stability work. Core work is creating that full body concentration so that the limbs can do their work. So lift those hips up, lift that top knee up. You've got 10 for this first one. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Take your arm up. Just create a little bit more distraction. Lift your hip. Keep that core tight, rib cage in. You've got 4, 3, 2, last one. Keep that top knee up. Drop your hips. Lift your hips. 2, 3, starting to fog up my glasses. 4, 5, 3 more. 3, 2, and last one. Hold up. Hand down, hips down, knees in. Good. Let's go back on the back. Bring that band all the way down to your feet. Roll yourself back. So we do these a lot too, to keep the connection into that resistant pull. So again, you're always thinking of moving from the midline of the body, not from the hip line of the body. So that's where the motion is really being stabilized from. So pull out with your right hand, as you extend through the left foot. If you want to make more connection, you can take the hand that you're not going overhead with and place it on the top of the knee. The opposite leg that's not moving to create a little bit more cross pattern connection. Remember, power is in the midline of the body. Miracles happen across the midline. When the right arm and left shoulder, when the right arm and left leg work best together, the body works great. So you want to work that midline. You want the opposite sides to really coordinate with each other. Why? Because that's walking. Do 4 more each side. Again, you can keep this simple by just pressing the leg out and pulling the foot in slightly. Don't let the foot turn in. Really keep the knee, ankle, shin in alignment. Last 2 each leg. Last 1 each leg. Good. Pull those knees into the chest. You're going to bring the band up again, above or below the knees, just a little bit. And you want to keep the ankles apart, the knees apart, the inner thighs apart. Arms are down. Drop both knees to your right. Both knees come center and pause. Work to lift up from the outer hip, not just drop into the hip you're rolling towards. So I'm lifting with my left hip as I'm going towards my right. That way it keeps my knees level, it keeps my pelvis more level, and it keeps my movement from just grinding into my lower back. Do 4 more each side. Keep the knees separate. So the band here really is more about connecting, noticing if you're just collapsing someplace. 2 more to each side. Last 1 to each side, to your right and to your left. Good. Hold there. Put the band above the knee on one side, and you're just going to hold the band. Elbow into your rib cage. Right arm, right leg are going to move this time. You're creating tension on one side and motion on the other. If you want to create a little bit more work, so no movement is happening in my left sides, you've got 5 more. My head is up to create a little bit more intensity. 3, 2, last 1, overhead and back. Bring that band down. Go ahead and place it around the other foot, the other leg. Again, try to create this 90 degree connection here. Arm is overhead and come in. You can keep the head down if you want, or bring the head up. 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, and last 1. Good. Take that band off, lower the head, just drop the knees side to side. Any tension in the lower back, just give yourself a break for a second. Good. Bring those knees up, and let's shift the hips all the way to the side again. Still grab that yellow band. We're going to take that yellow band over the right arm, which is on the ground, or left if that's on your side. And we're going to lift back up again into side plank. Now you can choose to go into this bent knee side plank or a fully extended side plank. And you're just going to do a row. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold up, drop your hip, lift your hip. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Bend your knees. Let's move to the other side. Same thing. You can be on the knees or legs fully extended. Take that band, place it high on the forearm. Try not to put it on the wrist because wrist is going to flex more. There's less pressure down there. You got your elbow, your shoulder pressing right onto it. So don't put it down so low that it moves the hand around. Lift the hips up and pull the elbow high. Your head can be fairly level here. Watch that you're not hanging. If I look terribly distorted, you might be hanging your head. You can look down if you want, or look towards me. Looking up is a little challenging, just on those rotators in the neck. Do 4, 3, 2, and then hold up, drop your hip, lift your hip. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Good. All right. Almost done here, guys, with a little core movement. Take your mat, fold it just for holding and stabilizing your forearms. Legs go back, toes come off. Just give me a regular forearm plank. Hold 10. Watch that the feet don't splay out. See if you can keep those heels close. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop the hips. Extend the back. Breathe. Look over your right shoulder. Look up. Look over your left shoulder. Look up. Feel as you look up. You can get that pull from the opposite side. And as you rotate, you're also getting that length across that midline of your body. So important. Again, come on up. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. From here, take your right hand back and your right knee up and look over that right shoulder. Feel that left side getting some nice good extension. Look down, elbow and knee. Look over the left shoulder. Move the left arm, bring the left knee up and rotate. Make sure you're breathing, keeping that chest lifted. Look back down, elbow, knee. Seconds first side again, knee, hand, look over. Head, shoulder, knee, knee, hand, look over. Head, elbow, and then knee. Let's come all the way back up to that all fours. Feet out in front, just like where we started. And we're going to roll all the way back. All the way back. Take your arms up high overhead. Get long in two directions. Push through your heels. Feel your back extend. Then lower your arms just a little bit, maybe above the T. So if your body is like the shape of a T, your arms are at the T. Your arms are overhead, you're more like an I. And if your arms are down by your sides, away from your sides, it's more like an A frame. So an A, a T, an I. So this class is brought to you by 3 letters, A, T, and I. AIT. Oh, that's some business. Anyway, take your arms just below the T. Bring your right knee into your chest and roll from that right hip. Bring your right knee back into the chest. Put your right foot down. Bring your left knee into your chest. Roll from your left hip. Bring your left knee into your chest and back down. So we're going to repeat this about 4 more times each side. So it's a quarter roll, thinking of your body as moving, having 4 parts. And then also realizing that as we do this, we kind of squirm around the ground a little bit. So again, you're moving out of the hip. Think of knee, roll from the hip, just like we did with those banded rotations. We're not moving from the foot. You're trying to move as close as you can to the midline of the body. 2 more. You can kick your foot out if you want. As you roll, extend that leg out if you want. Bring the knee back in. One more each side. I think I did 6 here. And then out and over. Now we started with the lower body for no real particular reason, but I do find that the lower body is heavier down there for some. And then this feels a lot more like work when you have to pick your head up. So you're going to pick your head up and you're going to look towards your right leg. Take your left hand and reach across down towards your right hip. Then roll everything back. Pick your head up, look towards your left leg, and then reach down and across towards your left hip. And then back. So we're going to do that a couple of times on each side, and then we're going to do what's called work of the clock, or what I call work of the clock. Head up, look, reach, roll back. Head up, look, reach, roll back. Again, head up, look, reach, and roll back. One more time. Now you're kind of reaching down towards 4 o'clock on one side and about 7 o'clock on the other side. So, or 8 o'clock. So I want you to think of now, look up, reach. You're going to more towards 9 o'clock. And then up and reach more towards 3 o'clock. And then again, 9 and 3. Now we're going to go up towards 10. Reach up a little bit higher. Look, hey shoes. And back. And then up towards 2. Notice my hip is back and down. And across towards 10. And up and across towards 2. Now I want to move my head first. Look up and across. We're going up towards 11. And then down. Notice my arms are moving higher over my head. Reach up towards 1. Kind of getting up into that eye. Look up. Bring it up towards 1. Look at my left hip as it reaches back in that oppositional pose. And then down. And then reach up and around. And again, now up. Look up. And roll towards 12. And then come back in. Look up. Roll towards 12. And then back up. Try not to dig into my feet. Letting my upper body do as much of the rotation as I can. Up and roll towards 12. And down. Good. Bring those knees into your chest. I'm going to reset myself more towards the middle of the mat. I almost came off. Oh. Bring those knees in and just press the thighs against the body. And again, pull those knees in and release. Pull those knees in and release. One more time. Pull those knees in. Good. Rotate the ankles, just releasing the ankles. Rotate the ankles the other direction. Pull those knees in again and begin to stir the hips. Just to find the rim of the pelvis and slow this motion down. This isn't designed to be fast. Just allowing yourself to move. Feeling that rotation around the hips. Good, and then go the other direction. So I posted a video the other day with rocking and then turning, and this would be similar to that. You're getting into the shoulders, the hips, the knees, but you're on the ground, on your back. So for some, it's a little bit kind of kinder and gentler on the knees, shoulders, and wrists. And then for others, because of different reasons, may be challenging for you to be on your back. Good, go ahead and pause. And then drop one foot at a time. Good, just kind of fixing everything around here. Bring your right knee into your chest. Just hold your right knee in and extend your right heel. Push into your left foot. Sink your right hip down. Hold the back. So you're not pulling the leg in, you're just holding the leg. And I want you to flex. That's holding, the drawing the toe towards the nose and point. Good. Flex and point. I would say in a time where things seem uncertain, kind of mobilization is probably one of the best things to do. It's a great opportunity to really move those joints. Remember your toes, your ankles, your knees. There's so many joints in the body. 2 more. Good. And last one. Pull that heel up. Sink that hip back down again. And then just cross your right leg across the midline of your body. Notice my left leg is also kind of crossing too. My legs are crossing at the middle part of my thigh, and I'm pushing my right heel out as I'm sinking down into my right hip. Reach and get long. You're going to feel this opening up down the back. I'm taking my left hand just to kind of encourage my right leg and hold it in place. And then again, push your toe out, push your heel long. No real work is happening in my arms. My body, upper back is just resting. Rib cage is soft. Push through that heel, point through that toe. Sink into that right hip, all the way down and around. Good. And then bring that toe in, bring the knee into the chest, and just stir that right hip clockwise. Make sure that left knee is staying connected so it's not flopping around as you're moving your right. Your left leg is staying still. Your right knee is and stirring your right hip. 2 more, and then go the other direction, circle around. How you guys doing? It's kind of weird to do all this stuff on video. Believe me, it's weird to video all this stuff. I love having you guys around. I want and need you guys around. Hold that knee in. Good. Extend the left leg. Take that right knee. Place the right foot on the right thigh. And if you can, take that right arm overhead. So this isn't yanking. This is going where your body's ready to go. And you're reaching in 2 directions. Now, can you fully extend that left leg out there? So the left leg is fully extended. The right arm is reaching. Breathe into this whole diagonal of the body from your left hip to your right arm. Even though it's your right leg that's going across the midline of your body. And then gently and slowly bring your knee back together, back in. Slide your left foot in, hug that right knee in. If it's comfortable, bring your head up towards your knee. And then lower your head back down. Right foot is down, left knee comes in. Just give it a little hug again. So we're doing the same series, same set. Right foot is on the ground now, left knee into the chest. Pull that left knee in, head up to your knee. And then lower. And then again, pull the head to the knee. Watch that you're not just pushing in and rolling into a ball. You want to think of a long back as you can. Roll the head back. Reach that left leg up now. That whole left leg is as straight as you comfortably can get it. If you need a strap, grab a strap. Where's my little yellow strap? I can put my strap around the back of my leg and hold my leg, and so my leg would be a little lower. Or you could get something out of your closet that you're not using, or a yoga strap or whatever. Just hold that leg. Again, I'm not pulling my leg. I'm sinking my left hip in. My right leg is staying relaxed. Looking for that yellow band. And then now point and press. So you do want to feel that length coming all the way down without arching the back per se, but just sinking the hip. So you're flossing. Think of flossing, like taking that floss through the teeth. Press, and you're flossing the nerve through the muscle. Hold that foot there, roll the ankle. And then go the other direction. And then bend the knee. And then take that leg across the midline of the body. Push that leg out. So watch the foot isn't just rolled in. That's a great stretch and thing like that. It's just not what we're doing right now. So push that leg out of diagonal. Drop your right knee in at a diagonal so they kind of make a cross. And think of sinking back and down into that left hip as you drop your rib cage. Push that foot out. And then you can point and flex again. Go gentle, go easy, do what you can do. It's never about what I can do, because for some of you, what I can do is way less than what you can do, and for others, it just seems like I can do more. Pause. So the magic and mystery of the video making. This is all edited and put back together again. And then bend the knee. Bring the knee into the chest, and let's just roll that hip. So again, the right leg stays center. So you're not letting the body roll with that leg. And then let's go the other direction. So counterclockwise. Keep that right hip steady. Go slower if you need to. And then pause. Extend that right leg. Take that left knee, place the left foot on top of that right, and take the left hand overhead. Again, you're not yanking. The floor is not the goal. Working the rotation is part of the process. Breathe into that left hip. Breathe across the midline from the right hip to the left shoulder. Push through that right leg. Notice if your right leg's all spun out. Can you get that right leg below you? Reaching, getting nice and long. And then gently rolling back into center, bringing that left knee once again into the chest. Pull the head up to the leg. And then roll back. And again, pull the body up. Using those core muscles, reach through that right leg. And back down. Now again, if this is not available, like your head is not like to do this motion, you can always hold and gently stabilize your head. And then roll back. You're using your abdominals to pull you up, not your head to push you forward. Curl up, hold. And then lower yourself down. We're going to go right back into that full extension. Really elongate the entire body. Arms are overhead, legs are out like an X. Reaching, getting long. Feel those armpits opening. Feel the chest expanding. Now take the hands back to the side and press the arms down. Press the heels down. Press the glutes down. The shoulders press back, not forward. Press them back. And then release. Slide your right foot in and then your left. Bring your right knee in and then your left. Roll to one side gently. Bring yourself up. And we're going to come into an all fours position. Hands and knees. Toes curl under. Sit back. Get long. Shift forward. Toes flat. See if you can get those ankles all the way to the ground. Head down. Bring your hands back underneath you. Lift the chin. Drop the chin. Lift the chin. Now I'm pretty wide in my knees. You can let your toes touch. You can be sitting back onto a pillow if you need to. You can sit in a different position, but I want you to find that length all the way down the front line of the body, and then the length in the back line of the body as well. So as you lift the head, you're going to actually pull back with those shoulders and try to get some length in the back line of the body as well. So you're reaching that crown of the head up, keeping that tailbone lifted slightly. So you're not rounded into your lower back, you're lengthened or extended. Coming up into all fours, curl your toes or don't, round your back, chin towards your sternum, nice and gentle. Not a lot of motion, just pull the belly. I'm not getting deep into my thoracic spine. My thoracic spine is where my ribs are. So if you tend to have kind of a back arch as you stand or a hunch into your standing, I want you to avoid even getting deeper into that. So I'd like you to work more on extension. Tuck that pelvis, lift that pelvis. Again, tuck the pelvis, let the head drop as it's comfortable. Lift the tailbone, lift the head. couple more times. Round the back, chin towards the sternum, lift the tailbone, lift the head, and again, pull the belly into the body, lift the tailbone, lift the head, exhale, and now you're going to stir again. So just like we stirred when you were on your back and you stirred with your knees coming into your chest, you can think of it that way. So again, our knees would have been into our chest and our knees would have been really close. But on the ground, that's a little bit tricky. A, on pressure points, and B, it's just real hard to find balance. But on the ground, if we let our knees separate from each other, we can also get into those inner parts of that hip, outer part of that hip, because that hip joint is way deep. It's not out here where we think of our hips. Our hip joint's way underneath inside of our groin. And so we want to find that rolling inside that hip as best as you can. And then let's go the other direction. Again, if your toes are flat, that's fine, but just be aware. It's always awareness. Know what you're doing, not just that you're doing. Are your hands turned out? That's fine. Are they disorganized? Is your head full flopping down? I'm turning in multiple directions now because I don't know what I'm doing. Good, and then pause. Let's come all the way up front. As best you can, you're going to create a Z with your legs. So your left shin is in front, right shin is back. Think of it like the shape of a Z. And then you're just going to rock forward and back and then swing as best you can. Your back leg forward, come back. Come forward and back. So this time as we come forward, if your leg goes back, I want you to turn to the outside of your thigh and lower down as far as you can, and then come back up. Swing those legs around. So instead of coming to the front, we're going to the outside, lower down, come back up, swing those legs around, turn, lower down, come back up, and turn, and then come back up and turn. Once more. Rotate and turn. And then come all the way back up. And you're going to take your left hand, or your left knee is front, your right hand, and just rotate. You're going to look all the way back around. Look forward towards me. Bring those legs back to center. Body is nice and tall as best you can. Look all the way around. Hand on your knee if you need to. Again, it's never about pulling hard. It's about allowing the body to go where it's available to. Inhale, bring your head center, bring your legs center, and just kind of like we started, we're going to go back into just kind of a rounding, round the back, lift the back. Work on that length and that posture, tuck from the pelvis, round the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale and exhale. Bring yourself up, bring your legs in, and have a great day, guys. I love hanging out with you guys. I love hearing about how you guys are doing, what you guys are doing, and enjoy these sessions. I do, actually. So in some ways, again, they're as much for me as they are for you guys, so that we can come together and just enjoy some movement and enjoy some time together. What a great legacy this will be when we are done and we're moving on and we get to rejoin each other, but we can look back at all these great videos and so on. You'll have such a great library of movement. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.